Welcome to Last Night, your sci-fi recap show. CW had a big night with the return of Arrow and Supernatural, both of which had full rosters of guest stars. On the Sci-Fi Channel, it was the dual paranormal investigation shows of Haunted Collector and Stranded, one professional, one amateur. And here today to talk about it all with me is the king of the supernatural, Murray Williams.
It's great to be on the show, Liv.
You were investigating the supernatural before most of the people who were on these shows knew what it was.
Well, that's just the advantage of being open to things you don't understand. I've always been a trendsetter.
It must not have been easy chasing ghosts when everyone around you thought you were a fraud.
Well, the people in the haunted homes sure knew we weren't frauds. It's easier nowadays when shows like Ghost Hunters show the whole world all the spooks, specters, and ghosts out there.
Isn't it a bit risky to let amateurs do it though, like the ones on Stranded?
I wouldn't say they're in danger of anything, except possibly making fools of themselves on national television. Ever since the Exorcist movies, ghosts have been more about the psychological warfare, scaring people instead of scarring them. They don't want to draw too much attention to themselves in case someone decides they're a threat that needs to be dealt with. So they spend most of their time just freaking people out.
I don't think I'd call them entirely harmless. Jessalyn got herself locked in a prison shower on last night's episode of Haunted Collector. Even though nothing happened to her, I'd say that was definitely more malicious than it was mischievous.
Prison ghosts can sometimes cross the line. It's harder to deal with them because there are so many deceased prisoners it could be. At least the mental patient ghosts are more likely to just float in the corner and mutter to themselves.
Speaking of muttering in the corner, at least Jessalyn merely freaked out. Shannon was set for a total nervous breakdown on Stranded, and she didn't even get locked in a room.
You never know how some people will react to ghosts, even if they expect them. Fear is useful for telling us to get out of situations we can't handle, but what if we can't get out?
Even so, it's hard to sympathize with people who put themselves in these situations. I'd probably be scared too, but as you said, I'm not about to try and face my fears on national television.
You're a smart girl, Liv.
Thank you. Let's talk about another supernatural show from last night, the show Supernatural itself. We knew Amanda Tapping's character Naomi was up to no good when she told Cass that he would sometimes be lying to the Winchesters. But who would have thought that one angel would try to turn another angel into the Manchurian Candidate like she did?
Nice pop culture reference. A few more of those and you could join the cast of Supernatural yourself.
Oh, I'd love to meet Sam and Dean, just so long as I don't have curlers in my hair when I do like that one woman last night.
I think you'll want to watch yourself if you ever did join. It seems that female characters have a slightly rougher time surviving than male characters do. It's a bit disappointing when female characters with a lot of potential, like Meg, always seem to be the ones on the chopping block.
That was a remarkably sensitive thing to say, Murray.
Why should women have all the eye candy on the screen? Why not a few hot female regulars as well?
There it is. Anyway, I enjoyed seeing Meg back on the show. She and Castiel had, a budding little romance going on. Now it seems Thought's one more unrequited love for the CW.
Now, Liv, you should know better than that. No one stays dead on Supernatural. If Sam and Dean can both come back from hell, and various other states of unlife, then surely Meg will make at least one more appearance.
You may be right about that. Cass himself has also made several returns.
At least we know his next return will be free of Naomi's influence. That angel tablet is apparently pretty good for clearing the head. One tablet a day keeps the voices away.
Thought's another thing we know about Supernatural. They wouldn't just drop the possibility of heaven being shut off for good in our laps and then not use it. My guess is Cass uses the tablet to lock away all the angels in heaven.
Thought's a pretty bold guess. Whatever happens needs to happen quickly. There are only 4 more episodes this season.
Let's talk about Arrow for a bit. Here's a show that has no shortage of female characters, and last night saw the return of one in particular, the Huntress.
The Huntress is a bit of a disappointing character, to me anyway. She's not half as clever as she needs to be, and now she's alienated the one person who doesn't, or rather, didn't, want her dead. I will admit, seeing her catch the arrow that Ollie shot at her was all kinds of hot.
The look on her face almost immediately afterwards, when she realized Oliver really was trying to kill her, was priceless.
She certainly had it coming, after threatening Ollie's friends and family. Not that I condone murder, but in her case it's more like self-defense, since you know she'll likely destroy you next.
Shooting McKenna the way she did, even if it didn't kill her, will almost certainly guarantee that Oliver won't hesitate next time to take her out, and not to roam like he tried to last night.
As a wise man once said, there is not a lot of money in revenge.
As another man said, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
I assume you're talking about the Huntress and not yourself? Because I did mean to call.
For the sake of everyone watching, he's kidding. Thank you for joining me today, Murray.
My pleasure, Liv, as always.
And thanks to all of you for watching last night.